Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. This week, we're plunging headfirst into the tumultuous world of Salem. It's just chaos. We're talking corporate battles fought right out in public, teenage crushes hiding some really explosive secrets, and even a kid's birthday party sparking this huge firestorm of accusations. Salem is absolutely buzzing with drama, and we've got the insider's view for the week of September 15th through the 19th.
Yeah, it sounds like a really packed week. We've been looking at Days of Our Lives, Demira's lawsuit, and Salem Secrets, and also the Days of Our Lives weekly spoilers, September 15-19, Tony threatens Xander from SoapsPodcast. And these spoilers, they really give us a compelling glimpse, don't they, into all the twists and turns waiting for these characters. It's high-stakes stuff.
Absolutely. So our mission today, we're going to extract the most important nuggets, connect the dots between what might seem like totally separate events. We want to try and decipher the real motivations behind all this mayhem. We'll explore the power plays, the intricate personal dramas, and those hidden agendas that just feel like they're about to explode. So if you're looking for the shortcut to being really well informed about the week, but without getting totally bogged down in every single detail, well, you've come to the right place. Get ready for some surprising facts and plenty of those aha moments. Okay, so let's kick things off. There's this major event early in the week, Monday, September 15th, right in Salem Town Square. It's supposed to be a press conference for this new book, One Stormy Night. Seems simple enough, right?
But it's Salem, so, nothing's ever simple.
Exactly. So Alex Kyriakis is there, Kate Roberts is there, and Stephanie Johnson. Now, Stephanie's officially the PR person for this event. But here's the kicker our sources are hinting at. She's actually the secret author.
Oh, okay. That adds a layer immediately.
Right. And she's visibly nervous. There's even the suggestion that maybe Jeremy Horton, a name some might remember, could recognize himself in the book. The tension is just right there from the start.
It absolutely is. And what's really insightful here, I think, is how her just being anonymous kind of weaponizes the book before anyone's even read it.
Mm-hmm.
Usually authors want the credit, right?
Yeah.
Especially at a big launch. So her secrecy, it's not just odd. It makes the book feel like this ticking time bomb.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not just about potentially controversial stuff inside.
Yeah.
It's the fact that nobody knows who wrote it. It creates this vacuum, Everyone there, especially people in her circle, they must be thinking, okay, what secrets are about to come out? And who's telling them?
Mm-hmm. And if Jeremy Horton might see himself in it.
Exactly. That implies it gets really personal. Potentially scandalous details about people in Salem, maybe their past. So her nervousness, it's not just stage fright. It's the fear of being exposed, isn't it? Unveiling truths people want kept buried. It's this really clever, dramatic irony where the person presenting the book is also the source of all the potential chaos.
And just when you think, okay, maybe it'll just be this quiet, slightly awkward book event, the whole thing gets blown up. What happens Tuesday?
Oh, it absolutely explodes. That's when Tony Demira makes his entrance. Tuesday, September 16th. Grand, unannounced. Typical Tony, really. The whole atmosphere just shifts. He doesn't just show up. He makes this huge public announcement that, well, it completely ruins the press conference. Alex Kyriakis confronts him. Naturally, he's furious, but Tony doesn't care. He reveals right there for everyone to hear that he's filed a lawsuit, a major legal challenge contesting Titan's hostile takeover of Demira Enterprises. It's not quiet. It's a public assault.
What really struck me about that, beyond the legal stuff, was just the sheer audacity. Crashing a book signing. With a lawsuit, it feels less like corporate tactics and more like the theatrical declaration of war. What kind of message is he sending? It's like bringing a tank to a tea party.
It's pure power display, isn't it?
Yeah.
A public humiliation for Titan. And it's a clear signal. The Demiras are not going down quietly. Not at all. It's classic Demira strategy, really, using spectacle for gain. And if you look at the bigger picture, well, the Demira and Kyriakis families, they have this long, long history of intense rivalry. It's almost generational.
Decades of it.
Exactly. So this isn't just some business disagreement. It's reigniting a feud that runs deep in Salem. The immediate legal fallout could be huge, freezing assets, halting the integration plans. It could throw both companies into total disarray.
And think about the stock prices, the everyday operation.
For sure. And the people involved, like Alex Kyriakis, right there, publicly challenged. He could face heat from his own family over this. Suddenly, the stability of two of Salem's biggest powerhouses is totally up in the air. Publicly, it promises a brutal fight. #TagCardy, Tony's bold ultimatum, and Kate's annoyed retaliation.
And Tony DiMera, he's not one to just make a splash and leave, is he? He keeps pushing. Later in the week, our sources say he plays this really high-stakes game of let's make a deal with Philip Kiriakis and Xander Cook.
Oh, yeah. What's the deal?
He wants DiMera Enterprises back, his father's company. But get this, he apparently wants Titan as well.
Wow. He's not asking for much then.
Not at all. And the sources hint he might threaten to make some kind of forgery public to get what he wants. A forgery? What could that even be?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? A forgery implies deliberate fraud. A document meant to deceive, maybe transfer ownership illegally. Its existence suggests, some deep corporate wrongdoing. Maybe how Titan managed the takeover in the first place wasn't entirely above board.
So it could expose Titan.
Potentially. Or maybe reveal some other hidden deal. A fraudulent document could, in theory, invalidate the whole takeover, or at least severely damage Titan's credibility. It could expose key people in the Kiriakis empire to legal trouble, too. What secret could it hold? Shares, votes, a hidden will. Who knows? But Tony's power position shifts massively here. He's not just defending, he's going for total dominance, possibly risking both companies' reputations, maybe even people's freedom.
So he's on the offensive. And it seems Kate Roberts isn't just going to let his earlier stunts slide. Thursday, September 18th, she apparently interrupts Tony and Anna DiMera's date night.
Oh, payback time.
Seems like it. She's clearly annoyed about the press conference fiasco and figures, hey, turnabout is fair play if Tony can interrupt her event.
She can interrupt his date. Yeah, that sounds like Kate. But it's more than just petty revenge, right?
I think so.
It really highlights how tangled personal and professional lives are in Salem. Business grudges spill right into romantic evenings. For Kate, interrupting their date, it's not just annoyance. It's a countermove, a public show of her own power that she won't be pushed around.
She's signaling she's still a player.
Exactly. That his actions have consequences beyond the boardroom. Kate's been through countless corporate wars. She knows how important it is to assert dominance, send a clear message. She knows perception is everything in Salem. So by hitting him in his personal time, she's taking back some of the power he took at the press conference.
So with Tony playing this dangerous game, maybe with a forgery, and Kate already pushing back, what does this mean for Salem's big players? Is Tony's strategy brilliant, or is it just reckless? Could it expose even more secrets and bring everything crashing down? The stakes seem incredibly high.
They really do. Not just for the companies, but for everyone connected to them.
Okay, so from those cutthroat boardroom battles, let's pivot. Let's turn to a domestic drama that's just simmering with secrets and accusations, where love and lies collide. Okay, let's unpack this. It's Victoria's second birthday party. Should be a happy time for her parents, Sarah Horton and Xander Cook.
You'd think so. A milestone.
Right. And Sarah, she's always sharp. She notices a change in Xander, maybe attributes it to his anger management classes he's been going to. So you'd think, okay, maybe peace, a step towards healing. But no, Sarah apparently oversteps right away.
I'll say.
She corners Philip Kiriakis, and she's insistent. She says she knows Xander attacked him. She's not buying the story.
Wow. Even at the party.
Yeah. But Philip, he sticks to the lie, the story he and Xander agreed on, denies it flat out, says Xander didn't do it. Sarah's intuition is just screaming at her, you can feel it. Despite Xander looking better, despite the united front from the guys, it's incredibly tense. Sarah's pushing against this wall of lies they've built. It's not just about the attack anymore, is it? It's about trust, or the total lack of it.
Yeah, and a key thing here is the gaslighting Sarah's experiencing. It's pretty insidious. Philip and Xander, their commitment to this lie. It's not just a cover-up. They're actively making Sarah doubt her own perceptions, her instincts, maybe even her memory. That level of coordinated deception, it means they're protecting something really big, something they think is worth risking everything for relationships, reputation, maybe even freedom. So you have to ask, what's driving Sarah's persistence? Is it just a mother's instinct, feeling something's deeply wrong about Victoria's dad? Or does she know something else, maybe? Some gut feeling she can't ignore?
Yeah, that's a good question.
The pressure she's under, being told by two people she cares about that her memory or intuition is just wrong. That's deeply damaging. It makes her doubt herself. It turns what should be a happy family day into this, like, psychological battleground. Hashtag #B Xander's growing frustration and Sarah's plea for forgiveness.
And the tension just keeps building. It shows how deep this lie goes. On Tuesday, Sarah, she still can't let it go. She keeps pressing Philip about the attack, annoying Xander. Even though Xander keeps insisting he didn't do it, which of course we know he did, and Philip's covering.
Right, and Xander's getting frustrated now.
Yeah, he's getting really irritated. He feels like he's been doing all the work, attending anger management, supposedly burying the hatchet with Philip. They were even getting legal paperwork ready to officially move past it all.
So he sees himself as the one trying.
Totally. And he worries Sarah's accusations are actually a ploy, like a calculated move to try and get custody of Victoria, keep her away from him. It's quite a cynical turn, isn't it? Blaming her for wanting the truth.
It really is, shifting the blame entirely.
Then on Wednesday comes this moment that just speaks volumes about the power dynamics. Sarah seeks Xander's forgiveness. The speculation is she might actually apologize for prodding Philip, apologize for trying to find out what really happened.
Wow, that's something. Looking at the bigger picture, Xander's view of doing the work while holding on to this massive lie. It's a fascinating, deeply unsettling contradiction. He genuinely seems to see himself as the one making the effort therapy, moving on, but his whole progress is built on sand, on this deception. He feels victimized by Sarah pushing him, accuses her of maybe having ulterior motives about custody. Yet he's the one perpetuating the lie that's causing all her distress. And the idea of Sarah, the one being actively gaslighted, apologizing for just seeking the truth. That raises a really important question about manipulation, about emotional control in their relationship.
Yeah, it feels really manipulative.
This apology, if it actually happens, it could be a huge and frankly dangerous win for Xander and Philip's deception. It could further erode Sarah's trust in her own judgment, her ability to see reality clearly. It's a classic power move, make the victim feel guilty for questioning the person deceiving them.
I completely agree. It feels like a ticking time bomb. But knowing Salem, do these lies ever really just end? Or do they just morph into the next big secret, affecting everyone down the line? If Sarah does apologize for trying to find the truth, what does that mean long-term for her relationship with Xander? And how long can Philip and Xander keep this charade going before it just blows up, especially with little Victoria caught right in the middle?
Well, the longer the lie goes on, the bigger the explosion when it inevitably comes out.
Yeah.
Right? This kind of fundamental dishonesty in a relationship, especially with the child involved, it rarely ends well. It creates this atmosphere of distrust that just poisons everything. And when the truth does surface, Sarah won't just be angry, she'll feel betrayed, psychologically harmed, which could make her fight even harder for custody, ironically, escalating everything. A lie this big, it won't just damage their relationship, it could shatter it for good.
It really feels like it. Okay, so from one very strained relationship, let's turn our attention now to the chaotic world of teenage romance and unexpected parenthood, where young hearts and hidden motives collide. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, diving into the younger Salem crowd. Sophia Choi opens up to her friend Ariana. She's clearly frustrated about the whole Tate Black thing.
Uh-oh. Teenage drama incoming.
Definitely. This follows a conversation they apparently had at the bookstore. Tate was clearly on a mission trying to get specific info out of Sophia about parental names from Chicago.
Parental names. From Chicago. That sounds specific.
Very. And he was apparently making headway, getting closer, until Holly Jonas interrupts them, almost like she has radar for drama, and she overhears parts of their conversation.
Of course she does.
So Tate, understandably irritated his mission is being interrupted, lashes out at Holly. And there's this concern that Holly, maybe out of spite or jealousy, might tell Tate to just forget the baby and focus on school, which would completely blow his chance to get the info he needs right then. The layers here. Sophia's secret, Tate's intense hunt for information, Holly's accidental, or maybe not so accidental, intrusion. It's classic teenage drama fuel, isn't it? Feelings, secrets, motives, all crashing together.
It absolutely is. And what really stands out is Tate's relentless pursuit of these parental names from Chicago. It's not just casual curiosity, is it? It feels focused, almost desperate, like he has a huge personal stake in this. You have to ask, what's the significance of Chicago? Why is it so crucial he's willing to pressure Sophia, then snap at Holly?
Right. What's he trying to find?
This information must be directly tied to baby Tesoro somehow. And maybe Tate's own connection. Maybe one he doesn't even fully understand yet. Paternity, adoption records, some past secret. Holly's interruption isn't just annoying. It could genuinely derail his entire investigation, which explains his strong reaction. It shows how fragile these missions are, especially for teenagers who aren't always great at being subtle, but their emotional investment is sky high. His irritation isn't just typical teenage angst. It speaks to the high stakes, maybe driven by wanting to understand his past or his family. #B. a steamy dorm room encounter, and a plea for secrecy.
And the plot, naturally, thickens, adding romance or something like it into the mix. Ariana, maybe not realizing the full depth of Kate's motives, encourages Holly to stick with Kate despite their argument. She even mentions Holly left the pub in a huff.
So Ariana's trying to play peacemaker, maybe?
Seems like it. Meanwhile, Tate keeps pushing Sophia for more information, relentlessly, and this pressure escalates to a very personal level. Tate and Sophia are seen making out in his dorm room.
Okay, things just got complicated.
Right after that, Ariana sees Sophia leaving Tate's dorm room, and it apparently looks like a walk of shame, adding that layer of public perception, potential judgment. Then Sophia explicitly tells Ariana, maybe you shouldn't tell Holly. You know how she gets. That plea for secrecy just screams danger, doesn't it? Signals how volatile this whole situation is.
It really does, and it raises that crucial question. Is Tate genuinely developing feelings for Sophia, or is he mainly using this intimacy, this closeness, to get the information he wants about baby Tesoro? The timing, the making out happening right alongside his information hunt. It definitely suggests a manipulative angle, even if it's subconscious. He could be leveraging their connection.
Which would be devastating for Sophia if that's the case.
Absolutely, a huge betrayal. And the walk of shame perception, seen by Ariana, adds social pressure for Sophia. She's juggling her feelings, Tate's pressure, the baby's secret. It's a lot. Her plea to Ariana to keep quiet highlights how explosive Holly's reaction could be and just how fragile these secrets are. It also puts Ariana in a terrible spot, right? Caught between two friends. Loyalty versus honesty. The fallout from this secret getting out among these teens could be massive. Shift all their relationships, expose hidden feelings.
Indeed, it really shows the complexity, especially with a huge secret involved. So how long can Sophia and Tate keep this, whatever it is, secret from Holly? What happens when Holly finds out? Especially after Ariana told her to stick with Tate, that betrayal would feel even worse. This is definitely a teenage time bomb waiting to go off.
Okay, so from the tangled web of teenage relationships, we shift to something very adult, very emotional. The battle for an innocent child's future. Baby Tesoro, also called Tad. Chanel Dupree tells her mom, Mira Paulina Price, about her dream of adopting this baby.
Okay, Chanel and Johnny want to adopt. Yes. But crucially, Chanel has no idea that Tesoro is the same baby Sophia Choi previously wanted. That's a cruel twist of fate, isn't it?
Oh, wow. That's setting up some major heartbreak.
Definitely. Chanel asks Paulina for help with the adoption, maybe hoping her mom's mayoral influence can, move them up the list. But at the same time, Leo Stark and Javi Hernandez also want to keep Tesoro. They want to adopt him too.
So multiple parties want this baby.
Exactly. But Leo and Javi are worried their pasts will hurt their chances. Javi lost his own daughter tragically, and Leo. Well, Leo has a history as a con man. Not exactly ideal adoption candidates on paper.
Right. That's tough baggage to overcome in an adoption process.
Meanwhile, there's another angle. Steve Johnson asks Kayla Brady for help because Ref Hernandez just did a DNA swab on Tad. Rafe might send it to the FBI, but Steve thinks a local hospital check with Kayla's help could get results faster.
The DNA. That could change everything. So looking at the bigger picture here, you've got all these conflicting desires focused on one baby, each driven by really deep personal stuff. Chanel's unawareness about Sophia is just brutal irony, setting up potential conflict and heartbreak when she finds out. Paulina using her influence. That raises ethical questions, doesn't it? About fairness in the system versus helping her daughter.
Power and influence playing a role.
Then you have Leo and Javi. Their worries really highlight the real-world biases in adoption. Their pasts, Javi's grief, Leo's record, create huge hurdles. It shows the challenges for people who don't fit that perfect adoptive parent image. And the DNA swab, that's the key, isn't it? Rafe doing it, Steve wanting faster results from Kayla. This DNA evidence is the ultimate clarifier. It could establish paternity definitively.
Which could simplify things or make them way more complicated.
Exactly. It could reveal a clear biological parent, maybe one we don't expect, or introduce new claims, new responsibilities. It could completely shift the landscape for everyone involved. This whole situation just perfectly shows the huge emotional weight of adoption battles and how personal histories, good and bad, play such a massive role.
Absolutely. An innocent child's future just tangled up in so many adult hopes, fears, and secrets. It's a storyline with really universal themes. Okay, now let's talk about new faces and hidden agendas. This sounds exciting, almost like espionage is coming to Salem. E.J. DiMera has a new assistant, a woman named Kat Green.
Kat Green. Okay, new character.
Yep. And they apparently hit it off pretty quickly. They find some things in common. The sources suggest maybe it's because they're both seen as town pariahs sometimes, or maybe it's their connection to Chad.
Interesting. Finding common ground.
But here's the twist. Kat's friendly act. It's hiding a secret mission. She needs to play nice with her boss, EJ, so that while his back is turned, she can do some digging for the ISA.
The ISA, the International Security Agency. Wow, okay, so she's undercover.
Exactly. An undercover agent right inside the DiMera office.
Yeah.
It adds this thrilling, like, spy thriller layer to everything, doesn't it?
Absolutely does. It turns everyday office stuff into high-stakes covert ops. And the key takeaway here is the psychological tightrope Kat has to walk. It raises a huge question. What is the ISA investigating at DiMera? Or specifically about EJ. This has to be serious, right? Not just corporate rivalry, maybe national security level stuff or major illicit activities.
Something big enough for an undercover op.
For sure.
Yeah.
And her ability to find common ground with AJ, is it genuine? Which would make her deception even more potent, maybe even tragic when it comes out. Or is it just expert manipulation, gaining his trust to lower his guard, be a better spy?
Either way, it's risky.
Immensely. The tension between her public role, dutiful assistant, and her secret mission. That's constant drama waiting to happen. Close calls, near misses, potential exposure, every chat, every coffee run. It's all loaded with hidden meaning and risk. For her, for EJ, maybe for the whole DiMera empire. It's like a chess match in plain sight. #tag B Chad and Thomas's relationship and Kat's growing presence.
And Kat's arrival, it doesn't just affect EJ, it ripples into Chad DiMera's personal life too. Thomas Banks, Chad's young son, asks his dad a really direct, poignant question. Does he like Kat?
Oh, from the mouths of babes. That's significant.
It really is. The sources suggest Chad might even ask Thomas if it's okay for him to like someone new, since Thomas knows his mom, Abigail, isn't coming back, though. You know, Salem, never say never.
Right. Always that caveat.
But what's more, Thomas himself seems to like Kat, which is huge for a grieving kid. Later in the week, Theo Carver and Chad catch up, and it's speculated Chad might mention Kat to Theo. So her presence in Chad's life seems to be growing, maybe a new romance.
Looking at the broader implications. Chad navigating a new relationship after Abigail's horrific death. That's such a sensitive, emotionally charged journey. Thomas accepting, even maybe approving of Kat. That's a crucial step for Chad. It could ease some guilt, some hesitation about moving forward.
Yeah, it gives him permission, almost.
Exactly. This storyline explores those really universal themes. Healing, moving on from terrible loss, bringing new people into a grieving family. But this deeply personal journey is massively complicated by Kat's hidden agenda.
Right, the ISA mission.
While Chad might be opening his heart, maybe feeling a real connection, Kat is actively spying on his employer, maybe even his family connections. That contrasts genuine emotion versus underlying deception creates this powerful, dramatic irony. The fallout, when the truth comes out, is going to be massive. How will Kat reconcile her feelings, if she develops any, for Chad and Thomas, with her mission? The closer they get, the more devastating the eventual reveal will be for everyone.
It's adding such a complex layer to Chad's healing process. Okay, so from corporate espionage and tentative new romances, let's delve into some lingering secrets and urgent warnings among other Salem residents. It proves the past is never really past in this town. #V, lingering secrets and emerging truths. #AA, Leo and Gabi's confrontation and Javi's secret. Okay, shifting gears again. We find Leo Stark getting into what's called a heated showdown with Gabi Hernandez.
Leo and Gabi, bickering. Shocking.
Right. But the sources say the fight might be about Javi Hernandez's big secret, something Leo just found out. But here's the kicker. Gabi apparently already knew about it.
Ooh, okay. So Gabi knew Javi's secret and didn't tell Leo. That's interesting. Puts her in a tricky spot.
Exactly. Then, separately, or maybe it's connected, we don't know yet, on Friday, J.J. Devereaux tells Gabi that he's sorry, which just feels intriguing, right, given all the secrets floating around. What's going on here?
Well, what stands out immediately is the conflict sparked by Javi's secret and Gabi knowing already. Why did she keep it from Leo? Especially if they have some level of, let's say, trust between them. Was she protecting Javi? Protecting herself? Maybe holding on to it for leverage later? The fact it causes such a rift suggests the secret is significant. Potentially scandalous, personally damaging.
Something big enough to fight about.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What could it be that Gabi knew, but Leo finding out now makes him so angry? It just highlights how secrets in Salem are like emotional landmines, right? And JJ's apology to Gabi on Friday, it's a really good question. Is it tied to Javi's secret? Did JJ know something too? Or is it dragging up some other past issue between them? Old wounds resurfacing. The show constantly reminds us, secrets rarely stay buried in Salem. They always find a way out, usually at the worst time, and with explosive results. #Take Theo's warnings and unresolved pasts.
And history, it seems, really casts a long shadow in Salem. Theo Carver and Chad Mira are catching up. Theo's expected to tell Chad about the messy stuff with Claire Brady and her cheating. That past drama clearly still resonates.
Yeah, some things you don't just forget.
Then on Friday, September 19th, Theo gives a pretty significant warning to Jada Hunter about J.J. Devereaux. The speculation is Theo recounts how J.J. shot him years ago, back when J.J. was new on the force, made a terrible mistake. It's a stark reminder of how long memories are in Salem.
Absolutely. And looking at the broader implications, these conversations really show how past traumas, betrayals, even mistakes made under pressure just keep echoing in Salem. They affect current relationships, shape future interactions. Theo sharing details about Claire's past with Chad. It suggests those wounds are still raw, still impacting things now. Past heartbreaks linger. But more critically, Theo warning Jada about JJ. That's a powerful example. How historical mistakes, especially one as severe as a shooting, can profoundly influence current relationships, professional interactions. It forces us to look back at the long-term consequences. Even unintentional errors can permanently affect reputation, trust, especially in law enforcement. It's not just gossip, it's a cautionary tale. Personal histories, good and bad, undeniably shape how people see you now, how they interact with you. Trust, once broken like that, is incredibly hard to rebuild. #tag see Brady, Rachel, and Kristen's deep deception.
Okay, moving to another really deep emotional secret. A true ticking time bomb. Marina tells Brady Black he has to protect Rachel Black. Okay, fair enough. But critically, and this is huge, the audience knows, Brady still has no idea that Kristen DiMera falsely confessed and is in jail right now for a crime their daughter Rachel actually committed.
Wow, that is monumental secret Brady is completely unaware of. He's living in a bubble.
Totally. Meanwhile, Brady's considering a career move. Maybe just stress, maybe trying to shift focus amidst all the drama he does know about. So, what does this all mean for Brady? Living in the dark about something so huge.
Well, the bigger picture here is the sheer weight of Kristen's sacrifice and the incredibly dangerous ignorance Brady is living in. This deception, it's an emotional time bomb, absolutely. It threatens to shatter not just Brady's perception of Kristen, who he thought she was, maybe still loves, but potentially his relationship with Rachel, too, the center of his life.
Yeah, how does he react when he finds out?
That's the huge question, isn't it? When he learns the truth, how does it change his understanding of Kristen's love, her sacrifice? Does he see it as ultimate maternal devotion or an unforgivable betrayal of truth of him? And what about Rachel? The emotional, maybe even legal fallout for her, knowing her mom took the fall. Will it be guilt, gratitude, both?
So complicated.
Incredibly. And Brady, thinking about a career move, maybe it is a subconscious way to cope with stress he doesn't even understand he's feeling. Or maybe it's like a premonition, sensing this massive upheaval about to crash down on his life once this devastating truth comes out. The layers of sacrifice, hidden guilt, looming betrayal. It's incredibly complex. Promises a deeply emotional, probably explosive confrontation. This secret could redefine their entire family. #tag other developments.
And as always, Salem wouldn't be Salem without a few other curveballs lurking. The sources broadly mention somebody kissing somebody they shouldn't. Now, we talked about Tate and Sophia getting close, but who else could be making a scandalous connection?
The forbidden kiss. Classic soap opera gold, isn't it? It always implies betrayal, crossing lines, and usually kicks off a whole chain reaction of drama. If it's not Tate and Sophia, who could it be? A professional boundary crossed, a personal one that threatens a marriage, a friendship. These smaller, unexpected moments often unravel the bigger lies or reveal hidden desires characters tried to suppress. It's a reminder that even amidst corporate wars, the human heart does its own unpredictable, often scandalous thing.
Absolutely. Those little moments often ignite the biggest fires, and the sources also mention somebody getting a new job. We talked about Kat's undercover gig as EJ's assistant and Brady thinking about a career change. But who else might be making a professional move? Could be a big shift.
Yeah, a new job in Salem is rarely just a new job, is it? It can be strategic, forced, a path to new power or new enemies. Beyond Kat and Brady, maybe someone's desperate for a fresh start, seizing an opportunity, or stepping into a role that puts them right in the line of fire. Think about the impact on rivalries, a Kyriakis taking a job impinging on DiMera turf or vice versa, or just a career change that shakes things up personally. These professional shifts, they often have big personal and corporate ripple effects.
True. And lastly, on the relationship front, looks like Alex Kyriakis and Stephanie Johnson are moving forward. Alex apparently expresses readiness to take things to the next level, maybe even suggesting moving in together. Big step for them.
It is a significant milestone for any couple, right?
Yeah.
Symbolizes deeper commitment, blending lives. But for Alex and Stephanie, it's loaded with unique challenges. Stephanie's got this massive secret about her book, the one she wrote anonymously, hanging over her head. A secret that could easily blow up and affect her, Alex, maybe the whole Kyriakis family.
Yeah, moving in makes secrets harder to keep.
Exactly. Less privacy, more shared space, greater chance of discovery. It makes you question if this step is really built on trust, or if Stephanie's risking everything by moving forward while holding back such a huge truth. These hopeful personal steps, they often become the very place where the deepest deceptions finally get exposed. Hashtag, outro.
Wow. What an absolutely packed week shaping up in Salem. Seriously. From those high-stakes corporate lawsuits and daring double agents to teenage secrets just exploding all over the place and that relentless, almost obsessive pursuit of truth tangled up in lies, it's clear life in Salem is never, ever dull.
Not for a second.
The characters are constantly navigating these really intricate personal dramas that are just completely intertwined with huge power plays. Every moment feels packed with tension, potential fallout, things that could reshape the whole town.
Yeah, looking at the broader implications, you see that recurring theme, don't you, across all these stories. The hidden truths that just have to surface eventually, whether it's through a dramatic press conference, a whispered confession, a vital DNA swab, or just someone doing their own digging.
Yeah.
The pursuit of power, or love, or justice. It forces characters into these difficult choices, and sometimes those choices, even the well-intentioned ones, just create more complications, deeper webs of deceit down the road. It really highlights that human tendency to keep secrets, often trying to protect someone, but it almost always leads to more turmoil, unintended consequences. It's this constant dance between hiding things and revealing them that drives Salem's drama.
This deep dive really showed us, didn't it? Every action, every secret, every little thing that seems small, it has a ripple effect. It impacts not just the people directly involved, but their whole network, friends, family, even huge corporations. It's such a powerful reminder that even the best-intentioned cover-ups, they rarely stay buried for long. The truth, no matter how inconvenient, it always finds a way out, often in the most unexpected, explosive ways.
Indeed. And maybe something for you to think about. Consider how often, maybe even in our own lives, that desire to protect someone or just to maintain a certain image leads to a tangled web. Just like Sarah, Xander, and Philip's situation. Or even Kristen's huge sacrifice for Rachel. How does that cycle keep going, where one lie needs another lie to cover it, creating this ever more complex reality? And what are the true lasting costs to living with the secrets, no matter how noble the reason seemed at first? It's definitely something to ponder as we all navigate our own truths and deceptions. Something to mull over until our next deep dive.